For a history degree, it's really important that you've got all your sources in there. So all of your conclusions have to be grounded in evidence, which means a lot of research. So for each essay, you're looking at sort of 10 books, 5 journals, and as many primary sources you can fit in there as possible. But what's most important is that you produce a concise argument from all of these. So you have to look at what's relevant and pick and choose what you think is going to fit the most and also make the most interesting. The more you exercise your writing skills, the better they get. So that was really important. And also when you're in seminars and doing presentations, you sort of sometimes find that you come to write your presentation like an essay, but then it's really important that you actually make it more interesting because you are performing it at the end of the day. So it's important that you know how to write effectively, but also how to transfer that into something you can present to a class. There's a lot of reading to do with a history degree. So you're reading for your essays, but then you're also doing your reading for your seminars, which you should be doing, and also lectures and things like that. So after a while, even if you don't take every single detail in, sort of random facts begin to filter in through your brain, which means that I've managed to acquire a substantial amount of knowledge about history, English history, early modern history, ancient history, things like that, which you'll be surprised how much you take in, really. This year we did a module which called Exhibiting the First World War, where we're helping the Imperial War Museum research their 2014 exhibit for the centenary of the First World War. We're working in a group of about 13 or 14 people, and we had to produce a collaborative report. So it's really important that you learn how to work individually and as a group. So we would go away and do our own separate writing, but then we had to sort of learn how to put that together. And it's really important that you learn to compromise. I think that's the most important thing I learned. And also to make sure that you say your point assertively. For the module, there was a lot of source work we had to do because we were obviously researching for the Imperial War Museum. So what we did is we split our research into 3 different categories, and we all went out and found as much evidence and archive material as we could. It's really important that you learn to pick and choose your source material. So something might be really interesting to you and you want to share it with everyone, but actually it doesn't quite fit into what you want. And sometimes instead of trying to adapt your source material to what you want to happen, it's sometimes better to just discard it completely. When you're working in a group, it's really important to make sure you respect other people's opinions, because what they've produced in their work is sort of something that they've put a lot of hours into, and you need to remember that they're going to be just as protective over their work as you are over yours. And it's really important to sort of learn to compromise